and we are live. So thank you for taking the ride on the Freedom Train podcast series. I am your host, Joseph Ward, and as always, ride with me is my good friend, Mr. Patrick Irvin. And remember, the Freedom Train is brought to you by PAX Inc. That's PACTSINC. And PAX Inc. is a Black development organization aimed at developing the Black community to its maximum potential through a focus on education and economics with traits of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And for more information, make sure you visit the website at www.pactsinc.org. That way you can browse to the website, click on the tab that says the code, learn more about the codes of conduct, the members, how you can donate, how you can get involved, and use the educational materials that they have. So make sure you check it out, www.pactsinc.org. And while you're online, make sure you visit our Freedom Train website at www.freedomtrainradio.com. That way you can learn more about myself, Joseph Ward, Patrick Irvin, all of our different hosts for our different shows. And remember, our weekly lineup is every Monday, you get the Fixed Sports Podcast. And now the Fixed Sports Podcast is coming at you 2 days a week, every Monday and every Friday. But you get the Fixed Sports Podcast every Monday. Every Tuesday, you get the Block and Nickel Money Party hosted by Mr. Donnell Durden. Every Tuesday, you also get Lessons from the Screen. Lessons from the Screen is coming out twice a week, every Tuesday and every Thursday. Every Wednesday, you get the Freedom Train podcast series, and you also get the live showing of Office Hours with Professor Carlton Jones and Erica Tobert. Every Thursday, as I say, you get the Lessons from the Screen podcast hosted by Patrick Irvin. Every Friday, you get the podcast of Office Hours with Professor Carlton Jones and Erica Tobert, and you also get the Fixed Sports Podcast. Every Saturday, you get the Tea Time Black Women Talk podcast, as well as the On the Shoulders of Giants podcast. All of them are available on our website at www.freedomtrainradio.com, as well as iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. And you can catch us on social media, on Google, on Facebook, Freedom Train Network, our YouTube channel, Freedom Train Network, on Instagram at Freedom Train Network, on Twitter at Freedom Train Net, and we out here. And remember, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Make sure you follow us and be down with us. Pat, what's going on? How you doing today?
Man, I keep telling you, you need a checklist that you could put up and just.
I got it all. Hey, man, look here.
I'm talking about for the people listening. That's a lot, Joe. They just listened to 4 minutes of instructions.
That was 2.5. Don't be trying to give me 2 extra minutes.
Hey,
man. Hey, we ain't gonna do this today.
We are, because we do it every day. Just because they can see us, don't make it different.
We're not gonna do this today. You're gonna be on your best behavior today, Pat.
No, I'm not, because I just got off the phone with my mama, and she said I could do what I want to because it's my party.
Whatever, man. Look here, man.
Hey. Real quick, hold on.
What?
I want to send a special thank you to everybody that's been listening to the Freedom Train podcast, Freedom Train Network.
Yes.
All of the shows on the network have crossed 20,000 listeners.
Raise the roof.
Well, most of the shows, not all of the shows. I don't want to be a liar. Most of the shows have crossed 20,000 listeners. So definitely thank you guys. If you're one of those 20,000 that have checked out one of the shows on the network, we really appreciate it. So
we love y'all. Right, Patrick gonna buy y'all something.
I will buy you a smile.
Okay. So, all right, today, I'm not gonna lie, for me, I'm gonna try not to be such a fan today, but today is a highly anticipated interview, especially for me. First met this young lady I would say about 6 to 7 months ago. You've heard me talk about this Working Class Wednesday event often. And one thing I like about Working Class Wednesday is you get to meet excellent people. So I'm in Working Class Wednesday doing my thing like I normally do, selling my books and things.
This was 67 months ago?
6 or 7.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, look here. All right. You got
Go ahead.
But I'm in the event like I normally would be, selling my books and talking to people, meeting people, and I see a booth, a setup that says KolorsbyK, and she has a whole lot of nail polish. And I'm like, okay, I like these colors. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a dude. I'm trying to be cool because I'm a dude. But I like, look at the colors. The colors kind of nice over there. But okay, I'm a dude, so I ain't gonna act, you know.
Hey,
But
what
them
was your
colors are
favorite color in the setup?
the magenta. No, I'm just
Oh,
but I was looking and I finally went over and I started talking to her, and she told me about her business, and she basically sat down and thought about how she can make a nail polish that not only looks good for women, but it's actually healthy for women, a vegan nail polish.
mm-hmm.
And she put like real thought into this, and she has a background in environmental science, and
Mm-hmm.
she's able to use all of her knowledge and her wisdom to create a product that make women look good, or anybody who want to wear it look good, make your nails look good, and it's healthy for you at the same time. So if you're really trying to be healthy all the way, you need to get Colors by K on your, that kind of rhyme too. If you're trying to be healthy all the way, get
Oh.
you some Colors by K. There you go. See, I'm about to start freestyling. Have to charge y'all for that. But without further ado, I would like to welcome to the Freedom Chain podcast Miss Kalauna Carter, who is the founder and creator of Colors by K.
Hey, thanks for having
Hey,
me today. I really
thank you for being here.
want this and share Colors by K with everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, how we always do it, Patrick, you got the first question. You better put
Uh,
your glasses on.
well, I ain't gotta worry about that anyway because you ain't send them to me. So we gonna freestyle. Uh,
Whatever.
so look, if y'all are not familiar, if y'all are like, wait, I know her from somewhere. She been on the show before. She was a
Right.
part of our Black Women's celebration
Right.
last month. So that's where you know her from. That's
Right.
where I know her from. So
Right.
I want to throw that out there as well. And if you didn't check out the Black Women's celebration, you a sucker until you catch the one next year.
You better. You better.
So with that being said, the touch, the feel of cotton, the fabric of our lives. Uh, tell us a little bit about Colors by K. And Joe kept saying you was thinking. What were you thinking about that caused you to come up with a vegan, uh, safe, all of that stuff, that enviro stuff for a nail polish? Like, how did that process work out?
I had just graduated from Tuskegee, and so I was thinking like I was kind of in that place where you have postgraduate depression, where you like, dang, I need to do something with my life.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like I'm not used to not being in school, and so what I ended up doing was I went to Walgreens and I bought like 30 something bottles of nail polish because for some reason not being in school had stressed me out, and I had read that painting your nails relieves stress. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go buy some nail polish. When I got home, the environmental scientist in me and just like the aware person had me, I looked at the chemical composition of it one day, like, what is this? What is this? And I noticed that I won't say the brand, but one of them in particular that's very popular is only 3 free, which means that there's only 3 chemicals that are not in it that aren't supposed to be. Yeah. So one chemical in particular that stood out to me was formaldehyde. Mm-hmm. And I have one of my best friends is going to school to be a mortician. So I know what they use formaldehyde for. So I'm like, why is this in nail polish? Then when I started looking that up, I realized that formaldehyde makes your nails turn yellow. That's also, it makes your nails brittle, it makes your nails break. You ever see like the memes with the girl and like her acrylic broke and her nails bleeding? More than likely it's because it had formaldehyde in it. And so I was like, I don't want to put this on my skin. Like, I wouldn't dare use this on myself. And I was like, well, if I wouldn't use it on myself, I surely wouldn't want nobody else to use it. Mm-hmm. So how can I get this out to more women? Because I think women are using these products and don't understand. They don't know. So you can't fault someone for what they don't know. And so that's when I said, well, I'm not really in a position to create something because I can't create nail polish. It's already been done. But what I can do is take what's being done and put my own twist on it. I won't say better.
Make it better. Make it better. I'm going to say it for you. Make it better.
And so I decided to do that, and that's how KolorsbyK was formed.
Nah, that's cool.
Okay. So you were like hyper depressed that you went out and bought 30 nail polishes. Like you was just gonna paint your way to freedom. Like how was that?
They say relieve stress. Like you sit there and it literally it calms you down because you got to sit there and paint your nails and take your time if you want it to look good. And that's what they were saying on the internet. I read that in 17 magazine. And so
I'm just wondering about like how much stress you were under that you didn't go buy 1, 2, or 3. You bought 30 of them all. Like
true story too. True story. I was yeah, true story.
Hey, it's all good. It worked out in the end, huh?
It did. It did.
Now that's cool. So I wanna ask and build off that question because that's how you started from the passion point of view or something that you saw that needed a change. So from the entrepreneurship standpoint, how did you get the motivation to make this something that you want to take to the next step or make this something that you want to turn to a full company? Is that something that you already had inside of you to be an entrepreneur, or is that something you had to kind of boost yourself up to it? Did somebody else help boost you to this point to where you made KolorsbyK a legitimate business?
That's a good question. So I have no background in entrepreneurship, like none whatsoever. I can't eat. I think I sold Girl Scout cookies and maybe water when they was moving day on campus. But other than that, like I never sold anything. I remember I have a cousin. Her name is Teresa Scott, and I spend a lot of time with her. Like she lives in Portland, my hometown. So when I go home, I'm always at her house. And she is the word entrepreneur. I mean, she does everything. And so I remember telling her, you know, what I wanted to do. And she was like, I think you should do it. And I was like, you think so? You think people would actually, I don't know. And she was like, no, just do it. And and the one thing she told me that always sticks with me that I tell other people when they ask me is like, if you fail, try something else. Because a lot of times, you know, they'll try something, it won't work out. And they're like, oh, forget this. I don't want to do it anymore. And like me, I'm not going to say I kind of just went into it with good faith, but I started KolorsbyK with, so now that it has grown and it's a small, successful business, the initial investment of my company was $65. Right. And, you know, with only having $65, like, and my cousin saying, go ahead and do it. If it don't work, you do something else. I said, well, I graduated from college. I got 6 months until I can start my job. I need to do something. And that's what all that working together kind of motivated me to go after it. But I don't know, you might ask this later, but from her small, like what she told me in our talk, and then the small investment I got between her and my parents, it got way more support than I ever thought it would. It kind of shocked me, actually. So,
do you think you're unique in the level of support that you get? And if you had not gotten that kind of support, do you think that you would still be here forging forward?
It's a good question. I definitely think so. I think sometimes my personal experience with my business, because I didn't have an entrepreneur background or sell anything, is that I feel like sometimes if you, my situation was that I had a reputation for working really hard. I just worked hard. Like I didn't, and it's something that I naturally do because naturally I'm always moving, like no matter what it is. And so I think from people just seeing like, you know, Kalauna, she works really hard. Like she met this person, she does this. Did you know she was in that leadership position? I say this from a non-boastful standpoint because I never did it to be like, oh, you're amazing. I did it because of the women that I was trying to emulate, basically. Like I grew up and had some really good role models. I mean, my sister, the women's in my debutante group growing up, my mother. And so I'm like, I'm trying to keep up with them. And naturally, it just kind of, and I don't know how this sounds, and I don't mean it in a boastful way, but I think it naturally, I just kind of built up a reputation for myself to where when I started something that I use my background in, people just were like, you know what, I'm going to try it because she works hard. She's, you know, and I'm going to support her. That's my personal standpoint because I didn't have a background in it. I didn't, you know.
Yeah, that's cool though. But and also I will say this too. I don't think you being boastful when you're telling the truth. And if people can't handle you being able to express your gratitude and be able to express your success, that's their problem because you've been able to put in the work to do what you need to do. So if somebody can't handle that, because I don't, even in how you're saying it now, it's not being boastful telling the truth or being able to say I was able to do this. That's you were able to do it. So I will say that because I do understand where you're coming from. Some people may take it there, but it's like I've learned that it's okay to pat yourself on the back because at the end of the day, you have to pat yourself on the back anyway, and not even really expect it from others. And when others do give it to you, it's the extra icing on top. So,
well, even to that, you like we interviewing you. We want you to brag. That make for a good interview.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, we can't do the interview and you be like, well, I really don't want to talk about myself because you.
Well, you know, I tell people stuff and then they like, you think you this. I'm like, no, this is literally happening. Like, and I think I'm just really aware. I not like saying other people aren't, but I think when you share stuff with people, because I worked hard and I think I was. My mother always tells me that favor is not fair. And sometimes when I look at my situation, I compare it to others, it makes me extremely grateful. And I don't want that to seem like I'm arrogant or like I think I'm better than anybody because I honestly think like for some reason, I don't know if my grandmothers were praying really hard or like, you know, I know my mother prays for me, but it's almost like somebody somewhere is really, really praying because some of the opportunities that I've had and some of the blessings I've received, I know they didn't come from my prayers. Like they had to come from somewhere else, you know? And so I definitely hear what you're saying.
Right. I get you. I like that favor isn't fair though. I like that.
Right.
I like that. I might steal it.
So I want to know the word success because everybody doesn't have the same ideas and thoughts and concepts around success. So what does success mean to you as an individual and as a woman of color, a Black woman? Why is it important for you to see other Black women or women of color being successful?
Success to me is what I'm trying to say is like my personal success comes from a woman purchasing my nail polish or a man purchasing it for whom, you know, he would like to. And she's wearing it and she knows that it's better for her than regular nail polish. Like that does something more for me. And then when she tells me like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like, I feel so great. Like, you know, for example, I went to church today and one of the young women there, she was like, I got my nails done yesterday. Guess what I'm wearing? And I was like, what you wearing, girl? She was like, KolorsbyK. And it just made me feel good. She was like, it's the only nail polish I wear. And I was like, that right there, that's what success is. Because if you can make people feel good by wearing something that's better for them, that's word of mouth. And then in that right there, you'll get, that's success.
Yes.
People success having a lot of money, but I mean, the money is good, but what is the point of the money if you don't have impact on people in a positive way? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think it's important for other Black women to succeed because we're all we got. We spend so much time at each other, bickering about stuff that don't matter. And it's like, either you're going to support her or you're not. Like me personally, like with my business, it's me, but you know, I can't make glass. Mm-hmm. So even the women I get my bottles from, you know what I mean? They're minority. Like they're like, I want to, like, let's support each other, because when we support each other, then we all reach the top. And I think for some reason that's something deeper than I think we can even get into right now. But I just wish that more women understood that.
Right. Right. You got to hold that nail polish back up real quick. You can't just put that in the screen and then take it down real quick. Which one is that? What is?
Well, I was just messing around yesterday and made some purples. I haven't even released them yet.
Pat, you see how she just stunned on us real quick?
Yeah. No, that was smooth and fly.
You felt that?
Yeah.
Man, I was just playing around, just experiment. Came up with a couple of purples,
I just wanted to see what they look like,
Yeah, these old things, I'm
serious. Some women are really particular about the colors they wear. Like, they don't like to wear bright colors, and they don't like to wear this and that. And so I have to come up with different colors to accommodate pretty much everybody.
Right.
Yeah, I came up with this blue.
Wait, let me see. Maybe we could swap.
No, that's dope. That's dope.
So all right, so I have to ask. I'm my bad, Pat. I got to ask though. Like, how long did it take you to come up with those colors? Because you just like, okay, because you said it so casual. So like, when you're sitting down in your creation mode, how long does it take for you to bring it from the idea to the actual nail polish?
Okay, so it really depends on what the color is. So colors like a pink is easy.
Mm-hmm.
But something like this, because it's not like a dark green, it's not like a light green, it's like this is actually Grinchin from the holiday collection, and it's literally like a Kelly green color. And it's a very distinct color. Like, these are hard to make. But it really just depends. Sometimes it can take me 15 minutes. Sometimes it can take an hour. It just depends.
So you mix all of those, every bottle you sell, you mix yourself?
Yeah, they're all handmade by me.
Oh, that's dope. That's super time consuming, yo.
Yeah,
she just said 15 minutes. She can whip it out though.
Nah, but if she like per sale though?
If that's the color, so like if I make one bottle, so for example, I made this color, but this color, because it's like it has blue undertones to it, this color took me like an hour to make this.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, just depending, like if something, like for example, I had a wholesale order where a young woman ordered like 50 bottles. She ordered 100 bottles, but 50 of two colors in Canada. That took some time. I had a bridal party order the other day. She ordered 50 bottles and she wanted 6 different colors of purple. I did it, but it was that right there was something. That was something.
I love guests who can stunt and just do it. I love it. Keep doing what you're doing. That's nice. Canada, you international.
Right. You caught that too. She dropped that real sly, right? I'm international, but only on the weekends. So.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, but that's real cool. Like we having fun with it, but that's awesome. Like, and we love when you have those stories to tell that you can tell those stories because you're super talented and people need to know this. Support. Tell them your website real quick. I usually save that to the end. So real quick, drop your website real quick.
KolorsbyK.com.
KolorsbyK.com.
That's an explosion.
Just put it in.
There you go. Now that's good stuff right there. I love it. All right. So what is vegan nail polish? Could you kind of break that down to us without giving away your secrets and how you make the polish? You don't have to go all the way into that, but I know you said that you chose the vegan nail polish because it's a healthier alternative and you didn't want people putting formaldehyde and gunpowder and old toe jams and stuff under their nails and stuff. So like what is vegan nail polish and what goes into it? Like what's the difference between that and regular nail polish?
So vegan nail polish has no animal byproducts in it. So sometimes, like gelatin, when you take like a vitamin, if it's clear, like the capsule is clear, it's usually made of gelatin, and gelatin comes from a pig. So for a vegan who consumes no animal byproducts, not even honey, that is like stay away from me. And so with that, I was like, well, I want to be considerate of those that don't, that are vegan. And so with that, I took the gelatin out of my nail polish.
Okay.
That's about as much as I can see. I removed the gelatin.
Okay.
So it ain't no Jello in this polish.
None at all.
Got you.
So
so that means that by supporting your nail polish, they're also supporting women's rights and making a stand against social gender-based abuse.
What? Break that down, Pat. Break that down.
Right, because see, it's simple, right? It's not even that complicated, right? There's no Jello and her nail polish. And Jello's most famous advocate is who? The Jello pudding pops.
I'm so weak. So weak.
Right.
Okay, Pat.
Hey, stay woke. Stay woke. Hey, follow me.
Woke. I can't.
You know, just throw him up under that bus, son. Just boom.
Hey,
go ahead, run him all over.
He's already been hit a couple times. He ain't gonna know this one more.
That's funny. You wild. You wild for that one.
Hey, man, support black people all day, baby. All right, Joe, your turn.
Yeah. You crazy. So, your nail polish is healthier because of the ingredients that you put into your nail polish. So, when somebody buys the regular nail polish or the others, what long-term effects would those nail polishes have on that person's nails or any other part of the body? Let's say if they mess around and consume some of the nail polish, like what are the long-term effects that you've learned about those other nail polishes?
Some of those other nail polishes in particular have dibutyl camphor, and formaldehyde. And those are all, and parabens. That's the big one. So I don't know if you ever see like hair products that are like sulfate, paraben free. Because they do, specifically women. If a woman develops like a mass or a lump on her, they do a biopsy on it. They have actually found parabens, camphor, cells, dibutyl formaldehyde, like resins. They found it in her body, whether it be in her breast, her ovaries, her cervix. And so these chemicals are dangerous to us even in small amounts. So if you're going to the nail shop every 2 weeks, it may not be every single day, but that every 2 weeks, that's adding up in your body.
Right. Okay. I always wanted to ask this question, so I'm gonna ask it to you because I feel like you are able to answer this for me.
Hold on, Joe. I want a small follow-up to what you just asked.
Okay.
And I promise it's small. Are people actually eating fingernail polish?
No. Well, I mean, if you bite your nails or something.
No, only reason I asked is because Joe said ingesting. And so I was like, maybe he knows something I don't.
Well, that's what I was thinking, if somebody might bite their nails or something.
No, actually, it can have impact just because your fingernails are considered they're not, but they're also part of your body, just like your skin is. So it can have that type of impact.
Okay. I follow. I had a blind moment. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
You might have made me forget my question.
Blind moments are contagious.
What was I gonna say? I don't know. I I don't know. We'll move on. So another stunt, another stunt. Before we get to another even bigger stunt, because we just love you right now and all the great things you're doing. But you are an internationally certified nail polish company,
Yes.
and you're recognized by the Leaping Bunny Company. So could you please explain the Leaping Bunny Company and their significance to you being that internationally recognized nail polish company?
So the Leaping Bunny program is an international certification program that certifies that your company is using vegan and cruelty-free products. What that means is that your products are completely without any animal byproducts, nor are they being tested on animals. So if you see an animal with like nail polish on, for example, a lot of times they test things on animals before we get them. And even I'm talking things like water. Before they sell it in the store, they've probably given it to a rat in some kind of experiment to see how it would react to it. Okay. So my products are tested on humans and humans only.
Right. Okay. So it's all right. So it basically just certifies, like you said, that you are using the natural products and healthy products for people, and they're not being tested on animals. No cruelty is going to anything that you're doing when you're creating your product.
No. And the certification also allows that your products can be sold in the countries that they have listed.
Okay.
Because a lot of times there are people out there, believe it or not, who look up there are people who look up these products before they use them, and it's a large group of them. And typically they are part of programs like that. Millions of them. So
he got his hand up.
I don't have to ask a question. I'm just saying I'm one of them. Like I'm one of those people. Yes, we are a little nutty by our own standards, but
yeah, we bet technical, Ted.
You know what, Joseph?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. I think
I don't believe you.
Like honestly, like with so for example, if for example, Leaping Bunny has certification to sell in certain stores. So for example, say they have certification to sell nail polish in Publix. Because my product is certified under them and Publix had a section designated for vegan nail polishes, my stuff would be approved to be sold there because it would be certified by them.
Okay.
That's how that would work.
So with that being said, because Publix just made me think about other stores. So is your polish in stores like Publix or other stores around? And if so, which stores are your polish in, or they can just get it from your website?
Oh yeah, right now it's just on the website. And the reason being is because KolorsbyK is a team of one person, but 3 people. So my sister. So it's because I'm the manufacturer. When a store wants to have your product in it, they want
a lot.
Yeah. They want hundreds of thousands of pieces. You know, and like they want so many of these, and with me just being one person, I can't supply that.
Right.
They also want some of your profits.
Right.
I get you. I just had to ask.
So if y'all want to get at KolorsbyK, you need to go to KolorsbyK.com and Walmart and all y'all other retail manufacturers.
Right. And me and Pat gonna be on her mixtape. She got a KolorsbyK mixtape coming up. Me and Pat, we feature artists on
bars all day.
Straight up.
KolorsbyK on your hand. KolorsbyK for your hands. KolorsbyK for your woman's. KolorsbyK for your children's.
They say he in the zone. He in the zone.
Bars.
Yeah, the Migos kicked him out, but it's all good. He's still going.
I ghostwrite for him on the weekends. All right. So would that be something you would be interested in? Like if, like, say, like I'm Walmart, right? I'm not Walmart for real. So don't y'all, I'm just hypothetical. I don't want nobody coming for me. But say, okay, not Walmart. Okay. Scrap Walmart. Say I'm Target.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm like, I love your polish. We want the formula so that we can create polish, and we will give you $60 million. What would you say?
I would say no. And the only reason I would say no is because when you create something by yourself and somebody tries to pay you so that they can like take it over, no. And it can't just be like, no.
Mm-hmm.
What if?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Master,
I'm sorry.
that's that. Like Master P said, if you can offer me this much, imagine how much more it's worth.
Yeah, that's. Mm-mm.
Well, okay. What if they said, okay, so you can keep the formula, but we still will give you 30 million if you agree to a distribution manufacturing deal, and we can sell it in our stores.
That could be an idea. One thing that I will say is really important is that I'm like listening to a lot of women who have big businesses, and my mentor included. You want to keep your business. You don't want to keep it like this mine. Like I don't want you to touch it, but you want to keep it private in the sense of where when a sale is made, you make money, then you pay out, not get out and you get paid last. You know. And so when my mentor told me that, I was like,
that's great advice.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, I was like, nah, she's definitely right. Like I can't just give up my no, because when you work hard for something for somebody to just buy, it reminds me of the movie with the man with the battery, and he had been trying to get the man to notice him for like 18 years. And the man was like, well, we want to buy the battery from you for $7 million. And it was 800,000, something like that. And he was like, no, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea at all. And then a couple months later, the man said that he was going to partner with him and wrote him a $75 million check. $75 million check. Sorry.
Right.
Like, I was like, wow.
What movie was this? Because that sounds like a good movie.
I always say it wrong. Acrimony. Maybe
I've never heard of it.
It's. I think I know what you're talking about. The one that just came out not too long ago. Yeah. With who was that? Gabrielle Union or somebody like that.
Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah, Taraji. Yeah.
Boy, Joe, they ain't nothing alike, boy. You just
they cousins. Now that's cool. Now that's cool. It shows that you understand the value of what you're doing and you know your worth. So that's good.
And that's why you can't be that's why I was telling Joe before he told me to shut up and mind my business. I was like, Joe, what you gonna partner with Amazon for? They're gonna take 60% of your profit. And he was like, man, Pat, shut up, mind your business. But now Colors by KKK is saying it too cool. And how does that feel to you? It feels good.
There it is. All right, Pat.
What's up?
Are you ready? You ready to be stunted on one more time?
Oh man, she been stunting the whole interview, low key.
Hey man, I'm gonna get country. Is you ready for this one?
Yes, I'm is. Hold on. I ain't ready yet. Hold on. I gotta open up the sheet so I can record her answer, folks.
Hey man,
it's taking more time than usual because I can't see.
It's already. Look. All right. So you've had the privilege of the former First Lady Michelle Obama wearing your nail polish, and not just wearing your nail polish, but enjoying your nail polish and telling others about your nail polish. So can you tell us, like, how did that all happen? How did your nail polish end up on Michelle Obama's nails, basically?
Okay. So you want the long version or the short? No, I'm gonna just tell you. It's not a long story. When I was at Tuskegee, I was a So under the Obama administration, they had a program called the White House, HBCU All-Star White House Initiative Ambassador Program. And I remember my mentor at the time brought it to me and was like, you should apply for this. So I'm like, okay, I just applied for it. I just happened to get picked, like, oh no, just out of the air. So with that, we had access to different people that worked in the White House, where we could communicate with them, but we didn't necessarily have it where I could just like call her like, hey, how are you? You know? And so that was my junior year. And then the fourth year of my program, I was senior class president. And going through that process of Tuskegee at the time had been looking for a commencement speaker. And so I had reached out to our deputy at the time and gave him a list of 5 people. And he was working at the White House, like with them. So I was like, I have a list of 5 people. Could you please help me get one of them to secure a commencement speaker for graduation? Because we need this person to be like amazing. And I took as senior class president, some of my other board members at the time, we took a survey and they wanted, you know, of course, President Obama or his wife. And so I was like, I don't know how to do that. I have no idea how to do this. So when I reached out to the deputy, he was like, okay, we're going to write this out. We're going to put something together and I'll make sure that it gets in contact with the right people. Because when people in that platform, when they come speak somewhere, you don't have to pay for their lodging. You don't have to feed them. You don't have to pay for transportation because it's all taken care of. So that was something that was good for Tuskegee because nothing has come out of the budget at that time. So when I had asked the deputy at the time of the program, I said, do you know where she's supposed to be speaking at for this spring? Because at that time, President Obama was booked. He was already like, he wasn't even taking like letters for it. And so I was like, I know where she's speaking. And he told me that she was speaking at another university. And I was like, mister, you know? And I was like, God, please work this out. Next thing I knew, I was getting I got an email to go to the president's office. And I was scared because I'm like, what did I do? Like, I don't be bothering nobody. And I got in there and they were like, we have a special speaker coming for graduation. And I was like, well, who is it? We all in here like, I'm scared, you know? And they didn't tell us that day, but they told us like a couple days later. And I was like, wow. Look at that. So we ended up coming into Tuskegee, and because at that time I was senior class president, I had to speak. So going through that process is very stressful. You have to write a speech. It has to be sent to the White House. It has to be approved. You cannot say anything in your speech that they do not approve of. I remember, funny thing, I had a quote in there from President Obama that I had paraphrased, and the White House read it and they sent it back to me and said, we do not have it on file anywhere that he said this. Can you please show us your source? And I was like, wow. I was like, well, let me fix this. And so I ended up using a quote by her. But going through that process, because you have to get background checked, you have to be cleared, and you have to, spend a lot of time around Secret Service and her people. So all her PRs, and I got close to one of them. Like, we were like real close. I was, I would call him, like check in, see how he was doing. We just kept in real close contact after that. So when I started my business, he was like, let's see about getting some of your polish to her. Okay. I think that she would like this, because the morning before she spoke, we actually had one-on-one time with her. Okay. So, that is a whole other, that's something. I mean, she's amazing. Some people just, they just give off good energy. And she's just one of those people. And so by getting close to him, I was able to get in contact with her assistant, who was able to contact me to her. And that's how I was able to get the polish to her.
That's a great story. And shout out to that brother for being that link and everything that happened. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive story. That is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You took the shot, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, but I will say this, for future reference, Joe does commencement speeches.
Oh, really? I will let them know. I sure will.
I got you, Joe. I'm on
Hey
the play,
man,
baby.
hey man, my commencement mixtape coming out soon, so get it.
Everything
But
can't be a mixtape, man.
shh, I'm changing the game. No, but always tell the long version of that story. That's a great story. If somebody don't want to hear it, that's their fault. Always tell the long version of that story.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea when I became the White House ambassador that I'd even have the opportunity to even get that close to her.
Right.
You know, I mean, I did kind of like feel some type of way. I was just like, wow, this is really like history. Like that year when I got picked, they only picked 75 students, and I just so happened to be one of them. You know, and then when she gave her speech, she actually, I mean, somebody might be like, girl, that ain't a big deal. She gave me like a personal shout out. And this is the White House Archives. So I was like, cool. Oh, wow, this is like, but okay, sorry, I'm done.
No, that's cool. You're supposed to be happy about that.
Like, when I Googled it the other day, I was like, man, like my name is in the White House Archives. Like, that's so dope. And she said it. So when she said it, I was sitting in the stands with the graduates, and people were texting me like, okay, shout out from the FLOTUS. Okay. I was like, yeah, that did happen today, didn't it?
Yeah, pat yourself on the back for that one. Yes. That's cool. That's cool. So with that being said, because that helps roll into this next question. Because you had the courage to take the step, pursue your dreams, go along with an idea that you had something that was placed in your heart to do, to create. So how has taking that step to pursue your dreams helped to improve your self-esteem and like your overall self-image and how you feel and view yourself?
It's kind of made me, I won't say fearless, but it took away that initial anxiety that a lot of people talk about they have before they do something. I'm very like, just not in all aspects, but when it comes to like going after something that you want or trying to accomplish something, it's just made me feel like, what's the worst that could happen? What they could say no, okay, and you just go around and you find another door. I've always been that person that if you told me no and I knew it was something that either I knew I had the qualifications for, or I knew I was good at it, or I knew you were telling me no without a justifiable reason, I was going to figure out some way to get in there. I was just going to go around you like, clearly you're a roadblock. Let me go around, go this way, or let me detour. Because I feel like that's for me. And I think being at Tuskegee, I will say being at Tuskegee really, really helped me with my business, because I'm very quiet by nature. I'm a real introvert. Like my mother tells me when I come home, she's like, I forget you're here. You don't even talk, because I'm just very like in here. But being at Tuskegee, I did everything that forced me to come out my comfort zone. So I became like a freshman orientation leader, an ambassador. I went out for leadership positions. I mean, and so doing that kind of stuff, when I started KolorsbyK, I think I already had something in me where I was like, okay, you can do this. You got this. You can talk to people. You know how to do this. And then once I got that together, once my business got going and people were supporting it, I'm like, well, maybe I can do this. So it kind of makes me feel like sometimes like, keep going. Because somewhere in my mixture of everything, that having no idea what I'm doing, something I'm doing is right. So it definitely makes me feel good about myself. It also helped me believe in myself more, like, bro, you did that. Like, you're good. Keep going. Yeah.
Now that's awesome. And I love the answer. One thing that I really do enjoy that you are exuding, and when we have women on, and just people on here, but especially when we have women on here, I like to recognize that confidence that they have, and you have that confidence that we've been able to recognize in other women who've come on our show, who have had their share of adversity, but was able to overcome the adversity. They had the dream, they had the goals, and they're achieving at a high level in life. And you are exuding that as we speak in this interview. And I just, well, want to recognize that in you and give you a pat on the back and, your kudos for that, because young black girls and other black women need to be able to see someone like you who is a representation of the community. Um, you are an ordinary person doing extraordinary things. You took an idea that may be minuscule to somebody, but it's groundbreaking nevertheless, because look at what it has done for you and look at where it's taken you. So I do want to make sure we recognize that in you, that you do have that confidence, and that confidence is something that's really going to take you far, far, far in life, because I think that's what you need to be able to make it and be able to get over the ups and downs. So definitely hats off to you for that.
I appreciate that.
Especially with you being a introvert, like you said, because I'm an introvert too, and this world is not uh structured in such a way as to be beneficial to introverts. Let's say
Not at
that.
all. It's not.
So
It's not.
so for introverts, being successful oftentimes means stepping out of your shell and doing a lot of things that you're not comfortable doing. And so, you hear, and then even and going against the stereotypical black woman role of, and that's a whole separate show, I know. So we're not gonna get into that. Joe, settle down. We're not getting into it, okay? But
Whatever.
but it's extremely impressive, even on another level, for you to be like, I'm introverted. I like to keep to myself, do my own thing, but yet and still here you are in the interview, low key stunting on them. you know, like you stunting like a pro right now. Like this is not introvert level stunting. This is very, like
high level.
Right,
You're doing
like
it. You're doing it great.
this is next level stuff we witnessing right here. So, double shouts out. Definitely what Joe said is definitely true. Black women, especially black girls, need to see that cool confidence that you're exerting and know that, like I could let my ovaries hang and do what I got to do.
All right.
Right.
Was that bad terminology?
I want them to do that, because I think it's important for people to know that they can connect with somebody. Because, like, people tell me, just being really honest, I told my mom this today on the phone, like, after church, like, people say, like, oh, Kalauna, you're successful. I'm doing it because I want a black girl that's like me to see me and think I can do it too. And I know that's super cliche to say, but I'm so serious about that. Like, I really want them to be like, man, I want to be just like her. And she's so down to earth. Like, she's so cool. She's relatable, because I have met some people who I'm like, I thought we started at the same place. And now I can't even, hello, like, you don't even want to talk. And I don't want to be that person. Like, I really don't. I just want people to be like, man, I can talk to her. She's so cool. And I'll be honest with you, I've had some people be like, I don't really like that about her. Like, she's so, like, and I'm just like, I mean, I'm just chilling. Like, I'm just very cool. I don't want people to ever feel like that.
Right. Now, I think you have the right idea and you're on the right track, because our community need people who are relatable, because we're always complaining about how our youth are looking up to people who they probably won't ever meet. And if they do meet them, it's not in a setting that will be empowering to them. So young women who are in the same city as you, or in the same state, or even in the same region, need to be able to see someone like you who's taken your idea and grown it to what you have now, and it's going to get better. Relatability is important, and anybody who is a master marketer or business person will stress the importance of relatability when it comes to growing your business. So I think that you're on the right track with what you're doing.
I hope it's impacted somebody. I was like, I know. I was like, I told him, I said, I know I irritate people because I'm always posting something. But yesterday, a girl texted me, a good friend, and we interned in Huntsville together. And she told me, she said, I was going through a really rough season, and like seeing when you would post stuff, it would make me feel so good because she was in the process of starting her business. And so she was like, it really motivated me to keep going. And I was like, that is so good. Cause I'm like, I post stuff because I want people to see it. Because if I can do it, you can too. But she was like, no, it helped me. And then she started her business. I'm like,
oh, that's good.
Look at you,
That's good. Yeah, tell her, go ahead and, hey man, get on the freedom train. We talk about our business. We want to get our people on here and celebrate our people. So
yes,
that's what's up. So I want to ask something that's long term.
Okay.
Because I know you were able to accomplish your goals from the moment you thought about your business to now, and you've been able to make to have the accomplishments. But I know you have more goals in life. So what long-term goals would you like to achieve through your journey as the founder of KolorsbyK? Like, what's important to you as far as goals that you want to achieve?
I honestly want KolorsbyK to be major. Like, I want it to be a name that people, when they buy it, they're like, oh, this is a black woman. I think that holds a lot more weight than I think people know it does. And I really want, that's my goal. Right now I'm like, I see everything. I see makeup, lip gloss, lipstick, everything. But right now I think it's important because they don't have any nail polish alternatives. So I want it to be like the #1 nail polish on the market made by a Black woman. But inclusive to all. It's important because I think sometimes we forget how important it is for us to have our own representation that we try to separate. And that's why, for me, I hope I'm answering your question, but like for me, my goal is to have it be made by a Black woman, but to empower all women. Trying to think how to word it.
What's wrong with how you worded it?
No, I was trying to think of because initially because statistically minority women are impacted by these health problems at higher rates.
Right.
I made it for us because essentially mainstream products are not made for us. That's why lotion, we still ashy. That stuff dries our skin out, and I wanted to make something for us. Like, oh, that's for us. Like how when they go by, how they feel when they buy, Shea Moisture. I want them to have that same feeling. And my goal is that it gets to that level.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel what you're saying because you created it for Black women and you wanted to empower Black women. But at the same time, you ain't gonna turn down no other women who can be empowered by your product.
Not at all. Because at the end of the day, I think regardless of her skin color, she's a woman just like I am. And regardless of what the statistics say, she's susceptible just like I am. Because at the end of the day, no one is exempt from anything. I always tell people, my polish is cancer causing chemical free. Yes, but cancer has no name, has no face. Anybody can get the disease. And so I feel like I wanted to help women like me, but at the same time, I feel like it's important for all women to use the product.
Yeah, I mean, I got you. So it's made for Black women, but you'll let all women make you money. I got you. That's it, right?
It's all.
That's how you word it, right?
Look at him. He busted wide open.
I said it, not her. Okay, she's not even endorsing it, so don't be tripping out.
Wink, wink.
You know, you know. Hey, I'm with her though. Like, look,
Hey.
when I make stuff, I make it for us.
Mhm.
But I ain't gonna be like, nah, you white, you can't use what I made. Nah, I ain't
You
gonna
can
do
use
that.
it. You
Yeah,
can
you
use
can
it.
as long as you pay for it like everybody else.
We good.
Something I've noticed about people say, oh, so black businesses. I personally feel like this. We don't always have, not all black businesses, but sometimes we don't have the resources to, we don't have all the resources. So like you order something and it can ship tomorrow. Because sometimes when we're usually hand making those products or we're working simultaneously with another person on the particular product. And I feel like when we make something, and I could be being biased, I feel like we care about what's in it. We're not making it for, we're making it because it's beneficial for you, not just so it can come out and you can just have it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Now I get you because we actually had this conversation earlier this week, Patrick and I, about resources within our community and being able to having the wherewithal to go outside of your community. You can do business outside of your community as long as you understand at the end of the day how important it is to bring resources back to your community and uplift your community. So. Yeah.
Well, a lot of that goes to education too, though. When you start talking about the black consumer, a lot of us don't understand what you just said about resources and about the products being handmade, so it's going to take a little bit longer. Even about things like economies of scale, where Walmart can buy bulk, and so they get a savings, and they can pass that savings on to you as a customer, whereas Jill from down the street got to pay full price for her stuff. So you're going to pay a little bit more to get it from her. And she also don't have a bulk order, a bulk shipping contract with UPS. So you're going to pay a little bit more with shipping. And it's going to take a little bit longer to get there. So, that's something that comes with education, that we just got to educate them that because we don't have those economies of scale, we don't have those resources, you're going to be paying more for the products and they're going to take longer to get there. But it has more value in terms of the long-term economic impact of the community. I was supposed to be silly somewhere in there. I messed that up. I'm sorry.
Too late. Serious. You were serious. Too late.
I
Well,
peed outside.
there you go. Look at you. Just wash your hands. All right, so we basically come down to our final question, and we like to ask all of our guests this question. This is Patrick's favorite question.
I'm ready, but you ain't ready with my drum roll.
You got to dream about your drum roll this time.
I got it. So, if you were the czar, ruler, queen, leader, all-powerful deity of Black America, this is how I ask the question every time. Now you can see all of the body language. So, anyways, all-powerful ruler, deity of Black America, what would you change? And what would your message to the people be?
If I was the ruler of all Black America,
yes,
change. I would take out any negative thing that we have with each other. Remove it. Let it go. Like, I understand like conflict is normal and it happens, but like this, like all the extra stuff that keeps us from coming together, that stuff has to go out the window. We would foundationally everyone would have to go learn about their history, because I think that's what's keeping us separated. We need to do some real research and figure out. We had definitely traveled the 7 seas before. That's a whole nother conversation for another day.
You talking to the right folk, but yeah.
We need to have that talk, because they got our history misguided, starting it at one date, not telling us the truth. Mm-hmm. And what would my message be? Make your own stuff.
Okay.
I like that.
And it bugs me because I I think when it comes down to it, when I think of myself, I'm not an entrepreneur. I think I'm just an innovator. And I feel like my mind is always thinking, literally, my mind is always thinking about what we don't have that we could create. Like, how come I can't call or get on the computer and look up a Black girl who makes, or a man who makes comforter sets, towels, couches, who has their own, because these are things that we don't have. Like, do you know any Black people that have fan manufacturing companies? Any Black companies that make light bulbs, light fixtures, paint, rugs, doorknobs? I mean, just stuff like that. Because I think if we knew how to get our hands on things that people needed, we would be, man, we would be so far. We would have our own resources.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it comes down to, because there are certain things that happen. There are certain things that I see happen quite frequently in the Black community, specifically with women, where I'm like, I'm not knocking your vision, your goal, nothing. I just think, like one of the smartest women I know, she's going to kill me. But she had a great idea to start, and if it does happen, I'm not gonna tell you guys who it is, because I want her to be, But she had an amazing idea to start a baby, like a baby vegan food company.
Right.
Even if there's somebody else with it, the fact that a Black woman is taking that initiative to do it, that in our community does not have it, you can't lose with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be important. What would your message be to people? Make your own stuff, and then also figure out how you can keep those resources within your company. I mean, within your people, because a lot of times I'm saying too much, but
say it.
Let's have our own and not put our name on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's big too. That's major.
Yes, ma'am.
You mean like the Freedom Train Network don't have our name on it?
It does. It's
yours.
yours.
I will say this. I don't know anybody that make any of that stuff you just said, but I do know somebody that makes fingernail polish.
Yep.
Mind blown. That was amazing.
Right. Could you real quick, could you show some of your polishes once again, and then tell the people where they can find your website and social media, where they can contact you?
You gotta give us the names of them too, because I'm color illiterate.
Okay, so I'll show you guys.
Got that Crip blue, and then that sky blue.
So I have, as well as nail polish, I also have like top coat.
Okay. Oh, I can use that.
Yes, and I also have matte top coat. So like if you want your nails like to be matte, which is super popular. I have a confetti, which is like a super popular pink, like glitter. It's super popular. I have hot pink. This is called Countdown.
I have a question. If a man puts top coat on his pinky nails, is he considered homosexual?
No.
Do women find that appealing?
No, because I mean, it makes you take care of your hands.
And but women don't find that appealing.
I think it would depend on the woman.
Okay. So you were showing us the confetti. Go ahead. I'm just asking for friends of mine.
And then I have like champagne, because like some women like nude type colors.
No sex in the champagne room. Okay.
And then I have Under the Sea, which is like a bright blue color.
Little Mermaid.
Yes, exactly. And then I have Grinchin from the holiday collection, which is like a super poppin' money Grinch color. It looks like it's actually the same color as that background.
Yeah, hey, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. I got you.
I have Cupcake here. So interesting enough, I named the polishes based on like the collection that they come out in and based on like the time that they come out. So like confetti, the pink glitter, and the cupcake one came out around my birthday. They're part of the Carat collection. And so like diamonds. And so each polish is connected to me in some way. So like, I don't know if I'm giving too much information, but like my birthday is 11/11. So I had a polish named 11/11. And
that's
like,
kind of exclusive.
Right. Wait, you said it's not? Or wait.
No, I said it. I said it sounds exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
Like what you wearing? That 11/11?
11, yeah, there you go. That's cool. Now I like the diversity in colors that you have because and I'm not saying that like I really actually paid attention to nail polishes, but I see you have a diversity in your colors and how you present them and then the names and the creativity that you're coming up with. Have you ever like ran a contest and let some of your followers name some of your polishes?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
that's cool.
I'll let them name, or like right now I'm letting them pick the colors in a collection, or I will I told my friends, like, when I get famous and my sister, I promise I'll pay them back. But I used to ask them to name some of them because sometimes when you come up with like this could easily, you know, it's just like a pink glitter, but I just didn't want it to be named a pink glitter. Like, you wanted to have something so people can be like, okay, like, that's nice. No, and that's what I wanted. So I used to ask them all the time to help me color or and one thing I did notice about men, so I did a survey the other day on my Instagram business page and my personal page, and I asked them, like, what color do you prefer on your toes and your nails versus like, so it was like white and pastel pink, and then it was white or neon colors. And I was so surprised because you said, and I've heard it numerous times, like, men are like, I don't really pay attention to nail polish, but they do notice if your nails are done, which is as important. Like, does she keep herself up? Or her nails done? Does she, you know? And so the survey, I'm like, look at all these men voting. I had more men voting than women. So I was like, it was good because I'm like, okay, so they know what they like. They know what they think is good.
So you're going to come out with a line for men?
I have top coat.
But you just said that women don't like top coat. So you need a line that women like, that men could wear, that you could be like, yo, baby, check out these hands.
Pat want to wear some nail polish, basically. What
no, I'm asking for a friend of mine.
I'm going to see, because I don't know if she going to want you to wear this green, but it's top coat. I mean, and it dries clear. Like, it literally dries on your nails, so it doesn't even look shiny.
That's cool.
But it's
You're a hater, because the last time he had on some pink confetti. You know what? You should let me give them nicknames, because I'm good. Like when you was going to the blue and I was like Little Mermaid, and then you showed the 11/11 and I was thinking Gingerbread House. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on point with it. Yeah. Yeah, like the gingerbread man, you know, like, you know, I'm on point with my look. It's 100 over here. Look,
he's everywhere with that.
And I will do it for free. Like, just hold up a color and I'm gonna give you a name for it. I gotta wait for it to come on my big. There you go. Okay. Royalty.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
See?
Because this is a nice one. I haven't even. This is a nice one. You have to excuse me when because I have orders, so I have to, and I'm making like colors and I have to swatch them. So I just have them like glitter on my nails, but typically they're always painted if you're watching this.
Right.
But this is actually like one of my favorite colors. Like,
mine too. My favorite color is purple.
It's so nice.
Really my favorite color is purple. I remember one of the nicest insults I ever got in my life was when somebody was like, "You so black, you purple," and I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet."
Because that's your favorite color, right?
Right.
All right.
I was smiling for the rest of the day. They thought they had just ruined my life, and I was like, "Yo,
Nope.
you made my day, man. That's awesome."
It made me feel good.
So,
That's funny.
for everybody out there that want to insult me, you should say that I'm purple black. That would really hurt my feelings, really bad.
Right. So, where could people find you on social media? How can they follow you? And can you give your website again?
Yes. So my business Instagram is Colors by K with a K. The Facebook page is Colors by K with a K. And then my website is colorsbyk.com.
Okay. And you better support. This is innovation at its finest. She's used the information that she gathered over the years, and she has some great stuff. And trust me, like I say, I'm a fan of hers. I really enjoy what she's doing. No, like I told you the other day when we talked to Freedom Train, we're definitely going to have you back in the future talking about different things that you have going on. We definitely want to be a supporter of you because I like what you have going on, and I like to support people who are really about making change and using their products to make change.
I appreciate that. And I thank you for having me today and letting me talk about Colors by K.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So we had definitely a great conversation, and we look forward to having you on in the future. But we ain't gonna keep you on here all night because I know the BET Awards on, so we gotta let people go so they can watch them.
Nobody watches the BET Awards, Joseph.
Yeah, I don't know.
See.
Miss Carter, you watch the BET Awards?
No, I don't even have cable.
Boom.
Oh, good.
I win.
Good. Good. That's fine. We'll talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye-bye. ColorsbyK.com. 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 If you're trying to get your nails done, ColorsbyK.com. If you're trying to get your nails done, ColorsbyK.com. Watch me Millie rock like a Ninja Turtle. Millie rock like a Ninja Turtle. Just then break it to the robot on it. Hey man, www.freedomtrainradio.com. That was a great interview. I ain't gonna lie. I got to say it now. That was a great interview.
Yeah, we gotta figure out how to do the split screen on this joint.
We'll figure that out. So, www.freedomtrainradio.com. Learn more about us. Oh, Pat, tell them about the app and the live stream.
Oh, that's right. Go to www.freedomtrain.com. Right there on the homepage, you will see a link to the app. So click on the link, get the app for Android only. The app is all reports are in. Most of the reports are from people affiliated with the Freedom Train, but we honest with each other. All reports are in that the app is live. So definitely go check that out. And our internet radio stream is popping off soon. So be on the lookout for that. And we got new shows coming up, right?
Yeah, I'm over here breakdancing and stuff. But yeah, we got new shows coming up. Check that ID. Should be coming up soon with Mary Green. Got Wine After 9. That's coming soon. And we also have a show on hip hop, the Enigma Set Hour that we're working on, that we developing. So 3 shows that's gonna be coming soon, and more because the Freedom Train network is growing. So and if you have an aspiration to be a part of media, black media, come to our website, holler at us, www.freedomtrainradio.com, and we can work something out. Any important shots, Pat?
Power to the people.
Power to the people. You know how I do. 2 fingers in the air, split them like a player. Peace.